Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. It's 10 a.m. This is our regular board session, and we'll open with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Bustecker, with prayer, please.
Yes, please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the beautiful sunshine today. As we gather here today, we ask you for your guidance with the decisions we make to benefit the people of Seneca County. Amen.
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 Roll call, please.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Bustecker.
Here.
Okay, at this time, we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recordings of our previous board session from Thursday, April 10th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Okay?
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes, minutes approved. I will turn the program over to Barb Patterson, County Administrator. We have a bid opening. Over to you.
Okay, passing around a sign-in sheet, if everyone would make sure that they sign in, please. We are bidding for Township Road 58, the 2.98 bridge replacement. The engineer's estimate is $767,734.40. And it looks like I have 4 bids. The first bid is from the Crawford Construction Company. Gotta make sure I have documentation. Their bid is $833,055.60. Next bid is from D2 Excavating.
Drum roll.
I'm looking for a form that I'm not finding, so just try to make sure I'm not missing something.
We're good?
There it is. This bid is for $899,811.50. This bid is from Great Lakes Demolition Company. Their bid is $878,936.25. This is from Vernon Nagel. And their bid is $908,247.86. Those are the 4 bids that I have. I will pass them to the engineer's office and he will take it from there.
Okay, thanks for bidding. You're free to leave if you like. Good, okay. Next is our commissioner reports. Commissioner Franker?
Did you want to do our guests first?
Oh, we do. I jumped right. I was looking. Thinking you were next. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break here for 1 second. Thanks for coming. Sorry, we just talked about that.
That's
So we
all
do have a
right.
guest.
All
Yeah,
right.
Estrella Alvarez from GLCAP. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am from Head Start. I'm sure you all know what Head Start is. What you don't know is there's actually multiple chapters of Head Start. So most people are very familiar with one that started about 60 years ago, and that is the Regional Head Start. So the criteria for a child to qualify, they have to be lower income, and it's for preschool age, so 3 to 5-year-olds. And the school system runs the same year as the public school system does. I am from the Migrant and Seasonal Head Start. I do all of their community outreach. So the name was designed about 60 years ago when people migrated to the fields, and we are the agricultural chapter of Head Start. What makes us different is we run the crop cycles. Instead of summer break, we get the winter break because we work when the farmers work. So a lot of people don't know that we exist. So we are trying to gain a lot more children in Seneca County this year. But also, our qualifications are different than regional. Where regional is low income, we don't have that, and this video that they're about to play will explain who all qualifies and what the requirements are. It's a quick little video.
Thanks.
Thank you.
What do farm workers, livestock breeders, greenhouse employees, and food packers have in common? Besides doing the work that feeds America, all are people who are eligible for no-cost preschool and childcare through the Great Lakes Community Action Partnership Migrant and Seasonal Head Start program. The GLCAP MSHS program offers full-day, no-cost preschool for children ages 6 weeks through 5 for families working in farming or agriculture industries. This includes farming, growing, harvesting, and processing work. If you work in a vineyard, you're eligible. If you work at a plant nursery, you're eligible. If you're a beekeeper, you're eligible. So long as a parent or guardian makes more than 50% of his or her income from ag industry job, you're eligible to send your children to NSHS. GLCAP has NSHS centers in Fremont, Napoleon, New Carlisle, and Shiloh. We provide transportation to and from our centers. Meals and snacks are provided too. To find out more, visit glcap.org/NSHS.
Well,
So we are doing a lot more recruitment in Tiffin this year. We will have a school bus. The Fremont School starts May 12th to pick up kids in Seneca County, take them to that center. What also makes us different than the regional is we start at 6 weeks of age. So as long as one parent works touching agriculture, you could drive a semi, driving the seed to the farmer, that qualifies. You can work pre-production at ball rates. If it's a potato and you're peeling the potato, it counts as agriculture. Once it's in the process of becoming a potato chip, it then qualifies as a finished food product and no longer qualifies for the services as of Washington DC's Head Start saying that. So there's a big gap now that we can fill up with a lot of children. We're the only ones with this grant in the entire state. So if we can get about 70 more kids and everything in DC happening, but we are actually doing mass hiring. We are doing fantastic right now. We have more kids now than we've ever had in the program in the state of Ohio since the grant got here.
So tell me the ages of the kids and what
6
time of
week.
year. Yeah.
6 week to age 5. All of our schools are slightly different, but for this area, it'd
Yeah.
be Fremont. So we will start in May and we will finish right after Thanksgiving.
Is it 5 days a week?
Yes.
Wow.
And we offer all of the diapers, all the wet wipes are on site, all of the meals, the snack is there. Yes, it's a fantastic service. We have 2 buses. We're trying to find another bus driver per third so we can try to get Fostoria or some other Seneca County area. The tricky part for us is trying to find a hub of children because under the law or the rule guidelines, a child that small can only be on the school bus for 1 hour. So once the first child is picked up, we got to get them to the school. If you're in high school, you can have, if they're going on a band trip, they can go to Columbus or Cincinnati. We can't do that, so we're trying to look more for Seneca County, and this is such an agricultural area. So all we actually really need is the child themselves. It's really nice if parents send us a change of clothes just in case. What also sets us apart is I know a lot of people, I've worked in a school in Tiffin last year, and I also did the school bus. And kids after the pandemic, that's a little rough. A lot of people don't want to be teachers, and they don't want to drive the school bus. So because the kids are so small, we have to have a certain amount of adults on the bus with them. So some of our buses, I think like in New Carlisle, we have some that have more babies. So we have to have 5 additional adults aside from the bus driver. And they're the ones that take them off the bus, deliver them to their designated adults. We also connect children with, we do their eye and dental checks and connect them with their pediatricians. We also have parents that call us sometimes. They're like, I want to work in agriculture, and we can connect them to companies that we know that work. We're doing a big push for Seneca County. And all you have to do is 50% of your income, or like slightly more, has to be in agriculture. So if you work at Ballrights and you work at McDonald's, but you make more money at Ballrights, your child qualifies.
Yeah.
You could be a stay-at-home parent and you're like, well, I kind of want them to learn a little bit. Well, you can get a part-time job at Ballrights. Even if the dad's a CEO of Fortune 500, if the mom works at Ballrights in pre-production, that child not qualifies. And it's worked out really well for families. We had one little boy this year, he's in kindergarten now. He has autism. His mom is having a really hard time figuring out where to place little Liam. And her degree, so she was over income for regional, was in bull insemination, which is a growing field in the cattle industry. And she was able to send him, we were able to get him on his IEP before his first day of kindergarten.
So now what happens, because some of these are, as you talk about, with the agriculture industry, it's more than seasonal anymore. So, but does this program, you said, stops in November? Or
So we are, well, public schools stop in June. You
Right.
get your summer break. So some of our parents, we really don't have a lot of migrants anymore that come from other states. When you're like up in this area of Ohio, people pretty much just settle. So you get your break. We are talking about maybe going long-term or so on, but that's more of a federal thing, see how they're gonna make whatever decisions they're gonna make, but they are, I feel that we're in better shape than the regional is right now. The Tiffin Regional School is actually under my director as well, but that school only starts at age 3, so we can even take the babies, which the price of keeping a child with the food prices going up and the diaper costs and childcare, I feel this is also a way to keep people working in agriculture and retaining those qualified employees, because this now offsets. You're not sending food to the babysitter or the snack, you're not sending the diapers, you're not sending the wipes. Some places will do like a 1 or 2 like bus stops, and we'll just collect all the children at the bus stop and take them to school depending on how many kids and how far, so we can meet that 1 hour. But that's still a lot easier than driving 20 minutes one way to leave your child or babysitter. So this is a really nice perk for anyone who touches the agriculture industry. And it spreads from everything from beekeeping to a crop sprayer would qualify, because even though they're driving a plane, they are letting the chemical go over the field, so it's then touching the agricultural portion.
So what is the backstop then? And that, like I said,
I have-
in November, you start the kids here, and then all of a sudden, then November shows up, and then they're still working at Ballrights, still, helping a dairy farm, they're still doing.
So what parents have done in the past, a lot of them, that's when the factories, if they work in a factory, that's when they're in shutdown, are those times. Some kids go, if they live in like, we have a Shiloh location, some of them start off there, that's a 45-week program. Ours is 30, just for when there was more agriculture happening in Sandusky County, just to bring everybody back, funding, filling classrooms. It's a lot to keep a whole school building up and running when there's no kids there. So we are looking into extending it all year. I would like it to be an all-year program, but we need more kids. So right now, across all 4 schools, as of today, we have 245 kids. We need to have at least 315 by the last of July. So we're trying to get that last 71 by the end of June, so we have some leeway. Once we get that, Head Start gives us a substantial amount per child for every 5 years. It's about $4,000 per kid per year. Then we can hire more buses, we can hire more staff, we can pay to have more classrooms heated, and so on. Just like the public schools do, they only run summer school 6 weeks, because that's a big investment to keep a school year running school round.
Very good.
Brittany, do they, medically, do you go to community health services?
We have reached out to them, we give people our flyers. We just got this video up about a month ago, our Spanish one went up about 9 days ago. I did the voiceover on that one. We are reaching out to all of these factories. The problem is a lot of things that used to qualify as agriculture no longer do. That's been an issue, that's why we opened up that income cap. So the Fremont School is within 1 block of the Andersons and
Yeah.
Heinz. So I've reached out to the Andersons, and they are more in sales now versus actually touching the agricultural work. Heinz, 10, 15 years ago, used to employ a lot of people to go out to the fields and pick up the tomatoes or fill up the semi with the boxes of tomatoes or pickles. Now, a semi arrives to the facility, unloads tomato paste, which is then unpackaged, put into a big mixer, and they add sugar, water, and vinegar to it. So there's no actual vegetable or fruit, so that it's a food product. So we can work anything cattle-wise as long as the animal has a heartbeat. It counts. We can't work with slaughterhouses because the food products like the Cookie Factory Macomb is a food product, it wouldn't count. Pre-production at like Campbell's counts for us. Pre-production at Dole counts for us. We have kids whose parents do beekeeping. Anything that helps the agricultural field in our community grow should qualify as long as one parent makes half their income. Even if it's someone that just works 6 weeks out of the year, like some people are like, I'm a retired teacher and I just want to do summer school. As long as they make at least one parent makes half their income touching agricultural in some way, their kid qualifies for all of these services.
Interesting.
Yeah, so please spread the word.
Yeah, I think a lot changed, and I think it was in the early 80s when Heinz went to paste, where they used to bring in.
Later than that.
Was it
They
later
had-
than that?
Oh, yeah, it was probably in a.
Accessibility shortcuts, 8 items, voice guide, off.
Holy Toledo. Yeah, it was, late 80s, early 90s when they switched, because that's when they cut the tomatoes out. That's cousins, that's what they used to have raised out.
You know, I grew up in Fremont, so it would be sauerkraut and sugar beets.
Yep.
And, you know, Heinz, and it was just great.
Yeah.
Smell all year, that whole
Yep.
period of
The
time.
crowd got a little bit.
Yeah. Most people don't realize. So next year, Washington
Cabbies everywhere,
DC
yeah.
is getting their first set of self-driving taxis. I'm 30 and they've had self-driving tractors since before I finished elementary school. It all happens on the farm first. A lot of these companies are doing agronomy, so they're taking product and making biofuel out of them, but then that's not agriculture. It's a conversion. So this is a great service and we've opened it up, but this is to keep our farms going, our agricultural
Yeah.
section growing, the seed growing, so that we're not also importing so much of our food and we can be more sustainable like Ohio always has been.
I could tell you're passionate for your job. You love
Thank
your
you.
job, and appreciate you coming in. Anybody have any other questions or comments? Anybody, any public questions?
I have flyers if
Good.
anyone wants any of those.
Yep,
Please
you
spread
can
the
leave those
word.
here, and then we'll-
Thank you.
Got a bulletin board, I can get it.
We'll
I
promote it for you.
appreciate that, yes.
And you're welcome to stay, or you can sneak out.
Thank you very
But,
much.
Thanks for coming, that was
Thank you
great.
so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you. All right, Estrella, really appreciate that. Now Commissioner reports. Go ahead, Commissioner Frank.
Okay. Last Thursday, went over
Thanks
to,
again.
they had the Sisters in Shelter over at Chandelier and stuff, and had a great turnout for that. Nice program, and it kind of opens your eyes and stuff on, what's kind of going outside of our community and in the community and stuff with it, so, yes. Tuesday, we had the TID meeting, a Transportation Improvement District meeting. Pretty uneventful. They talked about the Fairlane Road connectivity to 224 and stuff on that they have working to try to get a grant to kind of get that finished up there and stuff with it out by the Willows and so that was see how
Is that
stay tuned, see how that
progressing a little
goes.
bit?
Yeah, they're working on a grant with the TID with that, so. I just happened to see that, I don't know if anybody's seen that yet, but the License Bureau is gonna move out to Westgate, out to by the Dollar Tree. So July 1st, we'll have the License Bureau will be out to Westgate, so just seen that blip this morning on it, so just PSA on that. This week is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, which is your dispatchers. So actually I went down to WTTF and had Karen Eichholz and Stacy Salyers from the Sheriff's Department.
There's two good ones.
Yeah,
I'll
they did
listen
great.
to that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fantastic. I tell you, and you think about, we talk about,
Yeah.
the first responders, but I mean, they're right on, trying to keep everything calm, cool, and collective and get everybody dispatched. I mean, just the phone calls, for extreme phone calls you get in that situation and stuff on it.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. And I appreciate the time and, they take a lot of tough phone calls and stuff like that, so, yes. And then, reached out to Board of Elections so far that in the county, up to 85, people voted so far in the county for, our May 6th.
86.
86, just. Well, what time was you there though?
What time did you get your numbers?
I called 8:30.
Okay, 9 o'clock.
Okay, so up to 86, so very good. Alrighty. So yeah, so that's just let everybody know that, in-person voting, go down to Board of Elections and then on May 6th will be the, at each of the polls, so. That's all I got.
Good one. Okay.
Well, I did a lot of stuff close to town. Friday, I went to the Tiffin Columbian Art Show. I don't know if anybody realizes how talented our kids in our community are artistically. My daughter's one of them, I'm not gonna lie. And Victor Perez's son, he's amazing too. If you guys have never got a chance to see some of our local kids that are at the senior level, their talent is amazing. Then there's a lot of things going on over the weekend. Track meet at Clyde, reverse raffle, setting up for that, chocolate walk downtown.
Yeah.
Then at the same time, they had the Mandy Bohr Celebration of Life event. They raised over $30,000 for Special Olympics. That's an amazing event they do every year.
They raised that much on
I
Saturday?
think it was over 33,000. So
That's huge.
Monday I had Family and Children First. Did some financial updates, and there's definitely some tighter concerns on finances and things as the government's making some changes, GLCAP's involvement in several things. And Barb and I went to local emergency planning committee. First time I ever went to it, so I can't say everything correctly. John talked a lot about finishing up the stuff out at the train site. It seems to be that there's quite a good group put together, did a good job out there, so. Let's see what else. Yesterday, I sat in with Barb on some of the IT interview stuff for the IT provider. I didn't make it to the second one, the first one. I think we're in good shape with whichever way we go. And then this morning I voted. So, that's mainly it.
We haven't talked about the train derailment for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Are we in good shape? That's
Far
wrapped
as-
up and
Yeah, because I think they've got everything that
Yeah.
they're submitting the bills and
For
stuff with it out,
reimbursement,
yeah.
reimbursement stuff for it, so yeah, I think
Kind of
the point,
behind
yeah,
us.
they've kind of,
Seems to be.
yeah.
Okay. Good. I have a few things for old business, but I went to the New Riggle, the joint fire district meeting a couple nights ago, and had some discussions. I think it's good. Chief's aware of things. We're working together on some issues, but that was good. We were tentatively planning an open house. I won't give the date yet till after tonight for our ribbon cutting for our second EMS Station 5 on Township Roads, or County Road 6. That'll be in June, but we'll wait till we firm that date up tonight. I'm just gonna pause there and turn things over to you.
Okay. As Commissioner Bustecker alluded to, I attended the LEPC meeting. They did go kind of in depth on the train derailment and how things were cleaned up and
More the process of what happened.
what
in the past.
happened and then all of the cleanup process. And then Norfolk Southern, actually, they found a cracked clay or broken clay water line.
Yeah.
They actually replaced it all the way to the nearest line. So they went above and beyond where they needed to fix it. They also had to they're bringing in additional soil because some of the soil samples have provided information that there was some additional contamination, so they had to pull out some additional soil and bring in additional soil. But for the most part, I believe that is pretty well cleaned up. That was my impression that I took of that. So, but that was a big part of that meeting on Tuesday. Also, yes, we did do interviews with our MSPs yesterday. Those were held yesterday. The city of Fostoria, city of Tiffin, Jake from Buckeye IT sat in those. Again, we either one would be a coin toss pretty much. So we're going to sit down and review our thoughts on that process, and we'll come back with a recommendation hopefully next week. We do have interviews scheduled for the individual IT tech early next week. We have 5 candidates that will be interviewing for that. And I will bring you up to speed on that as we get a decision or get closer on that. I think that kind of the thought is maybe we narrow those 5 down to 2 or 3, and then bring in the MSP that we decide we're going to contract with, so that they can meet these people and see if they would be able to work with them, or vice versa, things like that. So other than that, I've been in a lot of meetings this week, so just trying to so just getting, trying to get through some stuff on my desk as well. So but we're doing all right.
Okay, any other reports, Commissioner, Administrator, old business? I have a few things. So next week, we will, everybody's aware, we're going to bring forward a lease with Bettsville to act on, approved by Derek, both sides. This is for our EMS facility in Bettsville. It's $1 a year. And it's pretty straightforward. And then there'll be a contract for the airport that'll be on the agenda, time sensitive. I can't really say what it is sitting here, but once it's on the agenda, everybody will know what it is. Those 2 things are for next week.
Okay.
Okay, and they're kind of want to get them in time. So if you guys got any questions, you can get with Barb on it. That's all I have in old business. Anything else from anybody? Old business. Okay. New business, supplemental appropriations.
I have general fund insurance premiums in the amount of $27,294. This is for the property and casualty premium increase for 25-26. And then the community-based corrections facility capital improvement in the amount of $485,000. This is for the crossway projects that we talked about last week. And then the ambulance service fund other expense, $10,000. This is so that we can do EMS refunds. Basically, what happens is if insurance pays and then an individual pays, we have to refund someone, so that's what that money is for. So there's a duplicate payment, so we have to refund, whether it be the insurance company or the person that paid after insurance. And then I also have a budget adjustment for the ambulance service fund from the ambulance replacement line to the contract service line of $76,155. This is for cost allocation for EMS. It was just easier, they need to pay the bill, so it was just easier to do a budget adjustment than ask for the supplemental, but the money will still be available for that ambulance replacement. So it doesn't affect that at all.
Okay.
So
Follow you.
moved to accept supplemental appropriation.
Commissioner Bustecker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankfurt?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
And then I have a few resolutions. Resolution approving the state fiscal year 26 sub-grant agreement between the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services, Ohio Department of Medicaid, and the Seneca County Board of Commissioners for the purpose of establishing the terms, conditions, and requirements governing the administration and use of the financial assistance received on or used by the Seneca County Job and Family Services, Child Support Enforcement Agency, or protection, the PCAS, I'm not sure exactly, I don't know the abbreviation for that one, effective July 1 of 2025.
So should I ask you?
the motion.
I'll second the motion.
We have a first, second, any discussion? Okay, good. Chris, you want to add to any comment? No? Okay. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankfurt?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. I saw a side from you, I didn't know. Okay.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement or contract with Kinship Incorporated, DBA, the Kinship House for supervised visitation on behalf of the Seneca County Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, anybody?
Kind of, yep. Okay.
These are all, I believe that they are for supervised or monitored visitation, and they have several different places that they use or organizations that they use to do this. And this, we had one, I believe it was last week, we also had one. So I'm not,
Any names we never heard before.
yeah, I think they're trying, I think
Venturing
they're
out.
trying to find, you know, and maybe Sandusky County or another county is using them, and they've heard good, have good results with that, so.
Good.
Yep.
Anything else? Anybody else? Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankfurt?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with Premier Physician Services Incorporated to perform medical director services on behalf of the Seneca County EMS.
So move.
Second.
Is that the name?
What's that?
Is that their official name, Premier?
That's the umbrella.
Yeah, the umbrella legal name, yeah. I had
Because
a
it's about a group of, I think, 10 or 15
yeah.
physicians.
St. V's Consortium. I just drew a blank when I read, saw Premier, I'm like, oh, so. Okay, so we're renewing with who we have. Any discussion?
No.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Bustaker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankfurt?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes. Okay, anything else?
No.
It was quiet.
Well, I was
Right.
looking for something, and I'm not
Okay.
sure if I'm finding
Sure.
what I'm looking for,
Any
so.
public comment? Anybody? We good? Okay, see you next Thursday, same time, meeting adjourned.